Now, if we could get back to the story of Hrimthur, the stonemason's son, I was hoping to get Freya's version of what happened.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half-drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the mason wants. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected. Dagger stashed in my robe for emergency. And this mason, this giant in disguise.
His name was Hrimthur.
He just smiled to see me.
Mimir,
As he
stop
said, He
interrupting.
whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better, and continued. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard Realm Tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall...
Then it is already Ragnarok.
Aye, blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way.
We'll find a way, Mimir. Don't worry.
Nicely done.
Break your neck! Revenant hack! Which traded away damn near every last piece of the soul, perfect to see their magic. With the bonus added to being able to summon a last way right in instance, one day I like to sit down and accept the price of the humanity was ultimately worth it. There's nothing worse than a threat you can't take back after seeing less than satisfactory results. I imagine they be fairly confident till they met you, brother. Interrupt her report to someone they prefer to let open being overrun with the damnable things.
What utter foolishness.
Jesus, another
My
spirit.
soul cannot rest until they are at rest.
Gunhild.
Okay.
What is wrong?
I died. And you will help me.
Of course, Gunhild. But to what end?
When the Einherjar came, we needed a way to fight back. I suggested, say their magic.
I understand your desperation, but that was foolish.
Clearly, I was lucky enough to be murdered before my mind could be corrupted, as theirs did. You must free them.
Of course. Say their
Conscience
magic
for the
corrupts so
dead.
ruthlessly. Those poor souls must be in agony.
Then we shall give them death.
Let's kill them. Okay, about the North.
Above you, brother!
F, R, and arrow. Okay, where's the other two?
How do we get up there, I wonder?
We can't. Not with those vines in the way.
Fucking Christ, man.
Must be safer this way. We'll need to find another way around.
Looks like more of Lunda's old armor. Nearly have the complete set now.
Looks like that worked. Ah, that's it.
First try.
Anything illuminating?
Living masterpiece, there is truly no greater medium than a living, thriving tree. Every branch campus, this mighty elder and I work in tandem to achieve the impossible. My hand perhaps guides, my ties and forms persuade a pattern, but it is through this sacred giant's prosperity does my work take shape. May my art always go over the heads of all those who will try to look upon it. It is not for you. It is a beautiful tree.
Ah, you found some of my armor. I'll fix it up for you real good. Sure appreciate you finding my orb, though. I am doing this for free and whatnot.
Okay, I will find your orb. Don't worry.
And how is it you two know each other?
Now, I can't be divulger in guild business. You gotta respect the secretude of it all.
I'm sorry?
Secret
Let's
shit.
just say Brock and I have long enjoyed certain common interests.
That's right. Like getting us into trouble.
And getting you back out of it again.
What? Huh. That's only mostly true.
Okay, so does that answer your question?
Close enough, I suppose.
big man?
Lunda lost courage. Barehanded attacks, sparing and blocking have a high like chance to deal bonus damage and poison enemies, lowering their power level. Damn. That sounds OP. Oh, look at that. It changed very drastically.
That'll keep your bits in all the right places.
A good fit.
Why not?
Damn! Am I good or what?
You're really good. I give you that.
So, bro, if Lunda can step between realms to travel about like you, I presume it must be the guild you know each other from.
Maybe. Or maybe I just showed her a few tricks while we were tying one on.
Or maybe I showed him. You don't know us, Clever Pants.
Lunda, would you happen to know how your light and dark elf friends came to be involved?
You mean Baitfair and Baylor? Well, they were both imprisoned by one side or another, or maybe both. Escaped together, been on the run, and absolutely all over each other ever since.
A dark and light elf fleeing their people together. Quite a risk.
Being love's always a risk. That's what makes it fun.
You could say the same about hot cheese.
Lunda, what do you know of Birger the Traveler?
Not much. I ain't the talking type, really. But from what I can glean, he walked the path of the traveler for a time, then found out something that made him step off it. Hard.
Any idea what he saw?
No, I'm not sure, but I think he saw what was at the end of the path. And, didn't care much for it.
Finding out Odin was pulling their strings all along probably put a colossal kink in his codpiece.
Hey, Freya! How you doing?
I'm fine.
On that, madam, we are agreed.
What? Oh. Oh, thank you?
That's a good one.
Ha! Lunda, you ain't changed one damn bit.
This crest. It's mine.
Freya's crest, a crest depicting the family sigil of Freya and Freyr of Njord and Skadi, a family that used to exemplify everything noble and wise about the Vanir and Vanaheim itself. Then Odin fucked it all up, didn't he? Married Freya and then trapped her on Midgard, tricked those who love her into believing she's abandoned them, and then the bastard waged low, brutal war on the same people he'd sworn to do right by. Knowing that, it perhaps unsurprising that this crisis the face when many of the final things of Proya they think only of pain. One hopes we could change all that. Seems about right.
Despite his actions in Midgard, Atreus does still care for you.
I know. I raised a son, too. It may be hard to believe, but he was quite similar to Atreus at this age. He adored his father, always wanted to do right by him, and was constantly frustrated that no matter what he did, he never could seem to get his approval. He confided in me a lot. He sought the comfort his father withheld. I wonder if your son could benefit from that, too.
He has befriended the other dwarf. The blue one's brother.
The blue ones, bro.
Well, if Sindri has that covered, I suppose there's no
That's
need for
not
me
what
to
he
fight
meant.
anymore, is there?
That is not what I meant.
That was
My
sarcasm.
friends' souls are still twisted, aren't they?
Shut up.
Give them the freedom of death.
So, what's it like, being back?
Like I haven't come back at all. Everything's changed. I'm a stranger here.
I know the feeling.
The runic word appeared over there. See it? Mekin. We should be able to reach the wedding soon. Nice work. You know, I would have beaten you
What?
earlier if Atreus hadn't been there.
No, you're not.
Perhaps.
We could go again, find out for certain.
I would rather not.
I'll bet you wouldn't. The closer we get, the more tightness grows in my chest.
You're sure you want to continue?
Confronting the past comes with a price.
It must be done. I've lived with this pain far too long. If you can believe it. We were happy once. For a time, foolishly believed the peace would last. Perhaps that was my mistake. All I wanted was to protect my family.
There is no shame in that.
I failed, all the same. Those scrawlings must be Sather nearby.
Lunda's ore.
Be cautious. We know not what it does.
You really think she'd send us to get the bloody thing if it was going to kill us? Let's just take it back to her.
Interesting.
Holy hell.
More savior markings. Gunhild's companions can't be that far ahead. Look what they've done to this place. Sigil arrows won't work on this.
That's all Lunda's armor taken care of, as well as her odd little sphere. Should we return them to her?
Look, over there.
Learn anything?
Oh god. Say the second prize appear the potion is warning amongst the other. If we drop the Ace from Vanaheim, it is something we must do without cessation. We must be made and the only one professional in the court to them. Then so be it. In life do I scream, in death do I sing, in blood do I trust. I'm the vengeance of these lands.
Over there. Those are the lost Sather spirits. Friends of Gunhild.
They don't look very friendly anymore, do they?
Let us put them to rest.
we done?
Protect yourself!
Family crest of Kvasir the Wise. More like Kvasir the Inebriated, in truth.
Vasir, the legendary Lush. The stories call him wise beyond words, the inventor of poetry, they say. When he died, his friend mixed his blood with honey to create the meat of poetry, said to imbue any who imbibed it with the power of lyrical wisdom. All Volok's, of course. Vasir was great for one thing, and one thing only, throwing back drinks. Not to disparage him in the slightest, most of us can only hope to be as good as anything as Kabasir was holding his alcohol, but his poetry often took the form of progressively more imaginative forms of profanity, and those who drank his blood only felt inspired because the fluids were at least 50% booze by the time he finally killed over. Really funny bloke though. He know his way around a double entendre.
I think that's the last of them.
Damn it. I knew these souls. I would have thought them smarter than to meddle with Sather magic.
They were desperate.
And now they are dead. Good riddance.
You blame yourself.
And
Do not lessen your pain.
let's return to Gunhild. Unless you'd like to condescend more?
I do not.
Just gorgeous.
What's it say, brother?
Call to arms to the Vanir of Anaheim. My sister has abandoned us. No, she's not. Odin has turned our realm into a prison and Freya has played with the key. There is only one path forward and will be not the pleasant one. We will take up arms, we will show the Aesir whose realm this is. We will go to war. Prayer. That's kinda sad.
I wish things had gone differently. But these Sather are at rest now.
Nicely done.
Looks like that worked.
Finally.
What did you find?
I have a unique attack.
I know that thing. You got something for me, don't ya?
If you don't need them, I can hold on to those Vanir crests for you.
Not today.
Thanks for grabbing that for us.
Lunda.
Right. Business time.
Here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Elf has been itching to get her ball back.
You
all
gotta be
dang
kidding me.
It's her favorite toy.
What?
Now, if you could find the rest of my armor set,
The
I'll
way
let you
he
out
say
there.
that.
I'll repair it for you. Free of
That's-
charge, even. Oh, I
They don't even
actually-
bother to put the subtitle. It sounds like an
Didn't think you'd
outtake.
get my orb for me if you knew that.
Like what?
Sorry, y'all.
New friends.
Good thing you were so cautious, brother.
Quiet.
He's right, Mimir. Show respect. The squeaky toy could have been the death of us all.
And it nearly was.
Do not laugh.
It's hard not to, brother.
Try.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
Mimir, I never asked how it felt to lose your head.
What would you have me say? That it tickled?
Merely curious.
If you wish to derive some satisfaction from my pain, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Kratos swung swift and true, didn't you, brother? I felt nary a scratch.
Shame.
What good's a shield if you're not going to use it?
I'm sorry, Mimir.
Do you know why I left that night, Mimir?
Only a hunch.
He showed me who he really was. Odin asked me to cast a protection spell on him. The one I used on my son. But the way it drove our boy mad, I refused. He was furious, throwing every object he could find, destroyed the room. There was only coldness after that. I tried to make it work.
No one could have lived like that, Your Majesty.
Holy shit, am I good or what?
Anything interesting, brother?
Anything I can do. No one said this journey will be easy, yet I do find myself questioning how far I thought I got to finish the pilgrimage. On the way up, my foot slipped, causing me stumble. My heart seized in my chest, and I felt I may perhaps perish at the hand of this cliff face. Thankfully, I was able to catch myself, but I suffered a nasty scrape on my knee. I believe blisters were also formed on my hands as a result of the tough rocks. My back seemed to have also taken to complaining about the pack I have borne for the past few days. While I'm thinking about it, my head also began aching. My point here is that if I can make this journey, I believe anyone can as well. Very optimistic. Oh, treasure.
Look, over there.
Come on.
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
For God's sake.
Allow me. Food now. I never thought I'd come back here. Reavers, of course.
Switching! Watch out! This is a soul eater! It doesn't belong here! We must get rid of it! It's unstable! Get back!
This place. It used to be sacred. Now it sits abandoned, vandalized. Hopefully the objects I'm looking for are still here.
Seems like where Brock and Lunda set up their shop.
Good thing you learned the runes, brother.
The feast, the table is built because of both Vanir and Aesir origin have been prepared to symbolize the union of peoples. Succulent fruits to whet the appetite, served alongside the salted, crisp skin of young hens, gourds roasted and then sauced in honey, and breads baked in the lava pits of Eljar will be presented at the second chorus, an offering to Sheremnir, and has taken the center of the spread, although many Vanir will likely refuse to partake. Nuggets of tender meat for the little ones have been piled high. They will not go hungry tonight. Last but certainly not least, casks of meat have been rolled out in great number to account for the thirst such festivities bring upon their guests. Tonight we dine as if Ragnarok will come for us in the morning.
So much about that day I wish I could change. If only I'd seen the signs.
Above you, brother! Anything illuminating?
Auburn court crown. Fanny tradition is bound in the plates of power of Freya's hair as final touches are made for the ceremony. Bloodbur blooms to adorn her locks and lupine oil to make them shine. Fronds bound around the circlet she wears breathe life into the metal. She is resplendent as the rains on a summer morn.
Healy family. One of the first families ripped apart by the war.
That
There's one big problem with living in a peaceful, advanced society that sustained itself for centuries. When war eventually comes calling, there's a good chance you won't have any bloody idea what to do. Some of the Vanner families wanted to fight back against Odin, others believed they could appeal to his better nature. The Healy family split down the middle. Half of them took arms, half refused to spill blood on the virgin soil of Panaheim. A fissure formed between the pacifists and the militants, a fissure that might well have healed given enough time, but they never get the chance. Unfortunately, the Aesir killed them all in a few weeks into the war, quickly, indiscriminately. Whether they died with a quill or a sword in their hands, they all died just the same.
all the crests. Thank you for finding them.
It's been a pleasure.